What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Thanks for pressing play. Today we have a C5 Corvette Z06, but it comes with a really interesting advancement for the channel. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, so for those of you who don't know, my sister actually owns a small car dealership in Indiana, Pennsylvania, and they have wanted to start branching out into different things. We're gonna branch out into some Corvettes. So we're gonna have some available Corvettes for purchase. Now, why this gets interesting is because, number one, I'm a Corvette guy, so I know exactly what to look for when buying a Corvette. So when I go and locate a Corvette like this and I'm putting it up on the channel for a review like this one, you can rest assured it's a good car. It is handled properly. It's been driven properly. It's relatively low miles. It's a good option car. Specifically, we're here today at Blackout Tinting because this car is also getting ceramic coated. It's going to get polished and coated, so the buyer of this car is really getting something special. Now, before we get too much into it, I want to just let you know, this is a 2002 C5 Corvette Z06, and we're selling it for $30,000. If you guys want to buy it, we're going to sell it to you for $29,000. So you're going to save $1,000 right off the bat just because you're buying it from this channel. Now, we're going to go over this car with a fine-tooth comb, so you don't have to come out here and see it first. If you want to buy it, you can literally locate it through me and have it shipped to you. Yeah, I got my dealer license. It's going to be awesome, guys. So let's go over this car, and if any of you are interested, of course, let me know down below or shoot me an email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, and we will make sure to get you into a Corvette. This is just the first of many to come. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel for any length of time, you're going to know right off the bat, I've been looking for a C5 Z06, and I had a C5 back in the day, but it was not a Z06, and I've never really actually driven a C5 Z06 until this one. I really like these cars. There's a lot of things to like about them, especially if you're kind of an old school guy, because these cars have a really low curb weight while having a good amount of horsepower, and they limit the electronics. So if you're not big into that kind of stuff, this is the car for you. This car rides really nicely, it drives really well. It is a Z06, so naturally it is a manual transmission car. Yeah, guys, it's a thing of beauty. Once this thing gets ceramic coated, it's gonna look like an absolute mirror. It has pretty new tires on it, really good tread already. We're gonna take it for a ride in a second, but the interior is all black. So you got a black on black kind of appearance here. Now this is obviously, again, my kind of spec. I like the offset of the wheels on this particular car, but if it were mine, I'd probably get a nice set of black wheels to kind of go with the triple black setup. Now, if you guys don't know much about the C5 Corvette, this is a 2002. It is the Z06, which means it is a fixed roof coupe. The top does not come off. It's not a Targa like the newer Corvettes. Chevy wanted to keep the frame of this car stiff as possible, so they made the roof non-removable. Because of that, it looks a little bit different than your typical C5 Corvette, and in my opinion, I prefer the fixed roof coupe look. But again, if you guys are interested, let me know down below. We're gonna be doing a driving part of this particular review here shortly to kind of show you what the car sounds like, how it handles on the road, what I think of it. I drove it down here, but I didn't get to drive it a whole lot, so it's gonna be kind of a raw review, or unscripted, we'll say. Now, this car is fully stock. There is nothing on this thing that's aftermarket. The intake is stock, the exhaust is stock, the headers are stock. This is the kind of car you want to buy. You don't necessarily want to jump into a car that has been modded by somebody else with mods or quality that are in the questionable realm, because you never know nowadays. Getting these things stock and doing what you want to do to it and doing it yourself or having someone you trust do it is the way to do it, if you ask me. Before we get right into it though, guys, I wanted to let you know there's about 38,000 miles on it. We're gonna put a little bit more on it today when we take it for our drive, but just so you know, it's pretty low mileage for a 2002. These cars weigh right around 3,000 pounds, and it has 405 horsepower in a manual transmission kind of setup. You can't beat the C5s, man. They are such cool cars. All right, so a lesser quality camera here, but just to show you guys the interior, looking really good. It is unbelievable how nice this looks for a 2002. And we're gonna do a cold start. Like I said, it's all stock, so it's not gonna blow your socks off, but it is definitely nice to hear a cold start, even of a 2002 Z06. Exhaust stuff was a lot different back in that day, but here we go. Not bad, not bad. So again, guys, all the buttons, nothing torn up. Everything still looks really good. The radio and everything is still very functional, as you can see here. None of the LEDs are burnt out or anything. The visors, which are typically an issue with the fixed roof coupes, not an issue here. Rear view mirror, all good. Really a really nice car. So let's take it for a drive. All right, let's do this thing. Let's go for a ride in a 2002 Z06. Believe it or not, the cup holder door still works. These are things that are typically broken on a C5. I don't see anything on this car that's broken that is typically an issue. All right, let's adjust the seat forward a little bit, which also works still. That's pretty funny. Let's go for a drive. It's been a while since I've even driven a stick, let alone a C5. Rides pretty well so far. Oh God, guys. Corvettes have been so cool for so long. It's like, it's almost impossible to find one that's not cool. Like I said, I would put some, I mean, the windows aren't even tinted. That's the kind of thing. It's like, I'd put some tint on the windows, I'd get some black wheels, and suddenly you're talking about a much more up-to-date car. Wow. It actually feels pretty quick too, because it's not super heavy. So 405 horsepower nowadays isn't a whole lot, but it moves. Yeah, and believe it or not, the AC still blows cold as well. So we got the AC going, so I don't have to have the window down. What a blast. What an enjoyable experience to have a car that's at this point 22 years old and still maintain a sport feel to it. Like, I even just cutting the wheel like this, I can still feel just the car staying planted. Really an awesome kind of dive into the past. I mean, 2002 I think was the year I graduated high school. Like, oh, this is something else. And then of course you got your flip-up headlights. Oh my God, the way that looks out of the car. That is just so freaking cool. Oh man, I missed the C5s. Dang it. What a cool car. My C5 that I had a little while, guys, you the OG subscribers will remember, I actually gave that car away. And the person I gave it to actually lives down in Texas, where some of my friends actually see him at car shows from time to time. So pretty cool. Again, manual transmission, 405 horsepower. Sounds actually really good for a stock exhaust. I'm impressed. Does still have that 1 to 4 eco mode shift thing. I hate that. Yeah, I don't know how well that's coming through on camera, but let's try to give it a little bit of gas here. It sounds pretty good. Good for Chevy. Actually, giving this thing a decent exhaust in 2002. Like, that just wasn't happening back then. If you actually put like a nice Borla or Magnaflow or something on this, it'd probably sound pretty good. Again, you want to buy these cars in a way that have been untouched. You don't want to buy a car that already has a bunch of mods on it, unless they're mods you wanted and you know are done correctly. In this case, this car is so untouched that there's not even window tint on it. I mean, the first thing I would do is put window tint on this and probably put black wheels on it, like I said. But that's me. That's why you do you, and it's why you get a car that's kind of a blank slate, something you can add your own personality to. But yeah, guys, watch the lights coming up. I love that so much. That looks so friggin' awesome. Oh, retro style stuff, man. But yeah, guys, the shifter in here, that's 6-speed. I friggin' love it. What a cool experience. So obviously, like I said, this car is getting ceramic coated. It's going to be all cleaned up here shortly, and that's inside and out. It will just be basically detailed and ready to go. So if you guys are interested, like I said, let me know via email. Definitely, it's not going to last long, I can tell you that. I've looked at the prices of these cars online, and they're going for, you know, 32, 33 all day long. So this one going for 29. If you guys mention, you know, the channel, it's going to go quick. So if you're interested, if this is the kind of car you're looking for, yeah, don't wait, because you can see the quality of the interior and stuff. Like this car is, it's up there with the nicest of the nice that I've seen, and the mileage is pretty low. Like I said, 38 earlier. It's actually a little less than 38, and yeah, by the time you see it, it'll probably be pretty close to 38. But got a original CD player in it, dual climate control here, all the LEDs still working, still has the cigarette lighter. I think that's hilarious. The cup holder still is as functional as GM intended it to be. How functional that actually is, I'll leave up to you, but yeah, listen to this. It actually sounds really good. I'm impressed with the stock exhaust of this thing. Not bad. There's a lot of really little things you could do to this right off the bat that would increase horsepower, increase sound. It would be pretty amazing. You know, the difference in speed has become so incremental, I guess, so small. The differences are just not that big anymore. So you buy a new car, and it's like maybe, you know, even though this sounds big, maybe 100 horsepower more than the previous one, but the weight of the car also went up by 300 or 400 pounds. You don't realize how much the weight actually has, how much it plays into the speed of the car, because this is 405. My ZR1 is 755. This doesn't feel that much slower than my ZR1 because it also weighs less. So, and I mean, it actually sounds pretty good. I like it. So again, guys, if you're looking for a C5 Z06, this might be one of the cleanest ones I've ever seen. And with a little bit of tasteful mods, it could be one of the fastest, nicest ones. I mean, it's going to be ceramic coated and all cleaned up here really soon, so the look of the car is going to be ready to go. But if you want to get some window tint and stuff like that, if you do decide to buy it and you email me about it, we can get you all hooked up from Blackout Tinting. If you want to get some window tint, some PPF, whatever it is you might want to do before you even pick up the car, we can build that all into the price of the car. So Blackout Tinting is kind of on board with this as far as setting these things up in a quote-unquote horsepower obsessed way. So if you guys are interested in having it done like I do my cars, we can do that for you. Just like I said, shoot me an email if you're interested, guys. Again, one more kind of 360 pan here. I want you to really see what's going on with this car, because it is all really nice, and it literally feels like it's brand new in here. So yeah, shoot me an email if you're interested, guys. AC is blowing cold. I love that, by the way. So yeah, let me know. After our drive, I forgot I didn't show you guys the engine bay yet. So of course we got the 5.7 liter V8 engine with the red valve covers. That's a Z06 thing. Looking pretty good. It's going to get cleaned up, like I said. It's got a relatively new battery in there as well. So all pretty good here. Everything's going to get cleaned up and detailed, but the important parts are in place. So yeah, it looks really good. The wheels are not curbed or scratched. Everything looks pretty good here. So yeah, once again, guys, let me know if you're interested. Really loving it. For a 22-year-old car, like I said, it is put together really well. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's review slash drive of the C5 Corvette Z06. But basically, guys, this car is available to purchase. If you are interested, it will be ceramic coated here at Blackout Tinting very soon, and then it is going to be for sale. If you want to try to arrange something, shoot me an email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, and I will definitely assist you in the process. And we can even get you set up with a test drive if you are local to the Pittsburgh, Indiana, Pennsylvania kind of region. But if not, you can take my word for it. This is a heck of a car. It's going to be ceramic coated here shortly, which means it's going to be basically, the paint's going to look brand new. And we'll actually make a video on that whenever that gets done as well. But anyway, guys, if you were interested in the car, shoot me a message. If you're not interested in the car, but you still enjoyed the review and the drive of the car today, please smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't yet, guys. And as always, stay obsessed.